Down with Corcus! Down with Corcus!
Bringing it back!
That's right, from a dead channel.
Oh, what is this?
I do enjoy this, but I don't know for you, when I played this on the demo, for some reason it felt like these still frames were moving even slower, and I was like, is this a graphical trip? I was like, I honestly thought something was wrong with my PlayStation 4 when that happened. I was like, hi, everyone! We're finally here. The road to Summer War is over. Fuck Kissing 3. We're finally playing a game where I can turn my brain off and just mindlessly mash things. Now,
Hudson was a great game. But
it was a great game, but, you know...
we got here, so...
Exactly. Now we're dealing with the true Flames of War with Samurai Warriors 5.
I really hope, from where I'm at in the game, I really hope they continue this storyline into 6.
I would really love to see that too, and I think you said you're around the same area as me, like Chapter 3, I think?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't do the first board yet, but...
I did do the first board. It's a silly board.
Is it like one of his canonical fights, like a big fight for him, or is it just like
It's not a canonical fight.
okay?
It's a fight that they made up because they were just like, when we get there you'll see, but they were just like, we have to come up with a way to introduce a future conflict, so let's just offhandedly throw this together.
But it's finally here, guys. Samurai Warriors
Boo!
5.
I mean,
Essentially, right now.
yeah. I love the fact that whatchamacallit is Lu Bu now. Yoshimoto Imagawa.
I love the fact that, because I just played as Kenshin, that all I kept hearing in my head when he was talking was Jonathan. And I just wanted him to start screaming, "My blood is a symphony! Sunlight the yellow..." Wait, no, I fucked it up already. Overdrive! Sunlight the yellow!
That would be awesome.
That scene was weird to me. I'm sorry. Maybe that's just me.
When we get to it, you guys will see. It's kind of a... I don't know, it's an awkward scene.
We will try and play all the story mode. I think we'll just see how you guys are feeling about that. But we're definitely going to do a lot for this so far.
We will definitely get through Chapter 1.
Oh, hell yeah. We'll definitely get through that on this batch of recordings. But another thing we're going to do is we're actually going to switch off between chapters. And there's a rule that I hope you're okay with. And that is, if a stage introduces a new character, we have to pick at least one of the new characters.
That's
and if it offers us to play as 2 new characters, we have to pick the characters. We can't go back to using Oda or something.
Oh, so you made that, giant cluster... Oh, yeah, wait till you get to that board.
Yeah, I know. I think I've lucked out, apparently, though, because... Or I might have fucked up, because you're the only one who, in this entire first chapter, actually gets a board where you can have more than Oda. Whereas I think I'm going to be stuck primarily with Oda.
That's fine. I love Oda in this.
I love him, too, but I really hate how long it takes to get the moveset unlocked, because...
Well,
I've seen how ridiculous the Adachi can be near the end.
I don't know, maybe it's just because I got lucky, but on my weapon, I have Mastery, so my Oda's already at A rank.
You know what's funny? My Mitsuhide is at S rank already.
Yeah, mine's just about to hit S rank because I had another Mastery one, and I upgraded it to level 5, so I was getting, 5 times the amount that I should be. Oh, it's beautiful. I will say this, to those people out there who are like, yeah, man, Oda's Odachi is awesome, or, his katana is awesome. No, sir. Oda is awesome. The weapon is okay. It's because he's wielding it that it's so overpowered.
Did you love on the map how it didn't even acknowledge anything past, I think, Imagawa's territory? It didn't even mention the Hojo or anything?
No, there's no such thing as the Hojo.
That's right.
The Dante, they don't exist.
Nope, not until Samurai Warriors 6. Which...
7. Let's be honest here. We're not dealing with those fuckers.
No, it would be Hideyoshi, which means... Hideyoshi. Oh, dude. If they do 6, they're probably going to have to drastically change Ieyasu and Hideyoshi, because they're going to have to make them look older, because there's no way you can have young, hip Hideyoshi running around with his 3 proteges who would probably be in their teens.
I think you could. You're just going to have to do the mature Hideyoshi faster.
Don't you love that? He's like, I will defy all odds, Imagawa, because I am here to slay Count Dracula. I have the vampire sword.
Well, you know what my favorite part about the beginning of this game is? It was how many times can Oda get his ass kicked and still come back?
I know, right?
That's like...
Isn't there like 3 boards dedicated to him getting his ass kicked and he just comes back?
It's like this board, you actually succeed.
Get used to that, guys. You're gonna be seeing this guy a lot.
Yeah. The next 2 boards, he does okay. Then it's ass kicking, ass kicking. Oh, what's that? Someone yelled at him too hard? Ass kicking. I will say this. I kind of don't like I like the little blurbs that give you an idea of who they are and what this, that, and the other. I feel like a lot of them gives way too much information, so it just like tells you about how the game is going to end, and you're like, I didn't need to know that.
I completely forget. I guess on a technical stance, I'm sorry, words, I say them. On a technical level, how do you feel about them changing the hyper attack to no longer having dedicated, strong attack follow-ups like they did with the hyper move sets in 4? You know what I'm talking about, how certain characters had...
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I think so, it kind of sucks for some of them, but I do like the fact that, at least for some of the sets that I played, when you do it, it's just a combo feed, so it makes life easy.
It does. Did you know that Hanzo's weapon, that ninja sword, has like a Jotai ability, like he has with the katana?
He does?
He has an ability that when you, I believe, you do any normal attack, if you press cross, if you press
X, it'll jump forward?
Yeah, he'll actually go into a dash.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And I was like, holy shit. But I agree with you on Hanzo, as we were talking earlier. His moveset's kind of hit or miss with me. I like how fast he is. Like, he's one of the fastest characters, but...
Well, it's like him and Momochi. When we get there, you'll see Momochi. His issue is that it's like his whole point and his like ideas. It's like, okay, we're gonna hit fast and hard and this, that, and the other. But then when you play it, it's like there's a lot of technicality to it. It's like, oh well. Like, especially with Hanzo, you go and do, like, a whole setup, and then the attack is he swipes with the sword, and then he throws, like, 8 shurikens and knocks everything away from you, and you're like, yeah, but I need you to punch him in the face. I don't need him in the air. I need him in my face right now. Like, could you stop knocking him away? And then the game's like, no, it's cool. He needs to be across the field right now.
How often do you do that perfect parrying against the computer?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't remember that there is a guard button in this game. Some people say there is. You know what I tell them?
Oh shit. That didn't kill him. Oh no.
There's a Musou button. That's my guard.
Listen, I agree with you.
More offense, less defense.
What is a good defense but an amazing offense?
Yeah.
The complete opposite of Sauron.
If I kill it fast enough, I don't have to block.
This guy, I freaking love reading his thing. You know why? Because it doesn't give you his birth date. It just gives you his death date.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
I hope that some of these like unique NPCs get characters.
Like that, I barely ever get that perfect block because it's like I'm too busy in my string, and by the time the fucker is like, probably, I guess, starting his animation, I've already started my next string of attacks.
But it also doesn't help that you get the one ability later on where it's like, oh, hey, by the way, what was it? You flinch less when, whatchamacallit?
And then but the Graceberg does that to you, I think, by default, right? Like, you...
I think... Well, there is, like, one ability in the tree, because there is a skill tree, guys, that you have to buy skills for. And it literally is maintain your combo, or maintain your thing, not combo, maintain your attack while being attacked. And I was like, that's cool, but do I really
Get up, you coward. Attack me! Attack me, you coward!
Let me block so I can get through this tutorial.
There we go. I know, right?
Is it just me, or does this game have way too many tutorials?
I think the first chapter is nothing but tutorials.
I will forgive this. One board of tutorials, okay, that's fine. The next board will have tutorials, if I remember correctly.
Yes, because next board we get access to the actual skill trees. Remember, because
Yeah.
I don't know
And then-
about you, it feels weird not having my skills now. Not that they're taken away.
But, and then the next board, there's another set of tutorials, and it's like, I get the idea of like teaching us slowly about things, but I would rather one board build up all of the things that I need to know.
I don't think this is Chestnut. I think
I
this
don't
is just,
know.
I think it's just generic horse.
Generic default horse that's not Chestnut or Stonehoof.
Oh yeah, you had a fun story about that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Your two awesome horses.
Yeah, I had Ebon Wing, and I had another one that was tier 3. And the thing is very confusing on like how it's gonna, because you get a stable, because there's this Citadel system, which is really cool, by the way. I think that's a really nice feature that they added to it, where you can upgrade your things. So you can upgrade your shop, so you can get better things. You can upgrade your blacksmith, so you can actually, upgrade your weapon skills and things like that quicker. And they have the stable, where you can, fix up your horses. Yeah,
Okay, good.
except for they don't tell you exactly how the, which horse is going to train which horse. So, I have Stonehoof now, because Ebon Wing and my other tier 3 got destroyed by Stonehoof. Because I thought I was sacrificing Stonehoof to them. No, that is not what happened.
I will sacrifice this shittier horse to my. I will sacrifice my
Well,
great horses for this shitty horse.
That's what the game is trying to tell you. They're like, yeah, just sacrifice this horse and it'll make your horse stronger. And I'm like, yes, feed the horse the other horse.
Feed me, Michael. Feed me.
And then no, now I'm stuck with crappy horse running around. I do like the fact that you can equip all your every single one of your units at once.
Yeah, that is nice.
Every playable character can have it. The only thing that's really crappy about it is if you take a character that is lower, so like Oda is probably going to be one of our higher characters.
Oh, you know it.
But let's say on Hanzo we had different items, so instead of having like the dango and the like say the sword to increase it, and we said, oh, Hanzo, we want you to have the armor and the the sandals. If we hit equip all, and you have more slots on one and not on the other, it will only put up to the what you just equipped. So Hanzo has sword and sandals. Oda has dango, sword, and sandals. It'll replace all of it and leave only the sword
Jesus
and
Christ.
sandals.
Thanks, Senna.
I don't like Senna.
God damn, Senna.
Not because she's kicking her ass right now. I just don't like Senna in general.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, Senna. She's doing all this whipping and dipping and diving. Who does she think she is? Hideyoshi?
Oh, dude, I love Hideyoshi.
He's actually one of my lower characters, but that's because I haven't been playing Oda's campaign once I unlock spoilers, or can we call it a spoiler?
I mean, it's obvious that you're gonna get it.
True. Alright,
There's
so
other pets in the game.
yeah, so you unlock Mitsuhide's story after I think what, chapter 2 of Oda?
Yeah.
And essentially I've just been doing him, and Mitsuhide's chapters are literally like what Mike told me. It's just reverse Oda for the first chapter.
Yeah, Tecmo Koei, I know you're not watching this, but any fans who want to... By the way, I just want to throw this out here. If you picked up the game, on the inside there's a QR code so that you can you can do a survey. Do this for me. On the survey, if
Wait,
they
you
ask
did?
you... Huh?
There's nothing in my box at all.
There, if you look at the inside cover, there's
Oh,
like
the
a...
inside cover, okay.
Yeah, on the inside cover, there's a thing, and it has a QR code that you can do a survey with. Yeah, in there, if they ask you, like, hey, what's something you would like changed? Mitsuhide's story, the first 3 boards are really stupid and annoying. Because the one is interesting, and then the other 2 are stupid.
I'm not gonna lie, I fucking love that.
Oh, I think it's awesome. I wish they all had it.
They all do have it. Except for the side character, not the side character.
Not all of them.
Really?
No. Toshi doesn't have it.
Yeah, he does. His is he holds his spear like this.
Yeah, but it doesn't do the cool.
It doesn't?
No, it just he holds the spear. It doesn't give you the cool like look.
Really?
Yeah,
Have you done it with the rage?
I did with the rage.
Oh, okay.
I did it with a lot of characters. With the only ones that ever proc for me is Oda and Mitsuhide.
Huh. That's interesting. Hello, my name is Ieyasu Tokugawa. I will be known as the Tanuki for this playthrough, and I have a bowl cut.
I'm Matsudaria.
No, you're not. You're Tokugawa Ieyasu. We're not gonna say it like those heathen gaijins where it's the first name first and then the family name. No, we are better than that. We are weebs, damn it. We're not like those filthy gaijin. Don't you bastardize my culture?
I know people don't like Tokugawa in this game. I actually enjoy him somewhat. I like the youthful, I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm following Oda. I also love the fact that he will quote his old man self sometimes.
Wait, he will? He'll be like slow and
Yes, in one of the battles, I had him beat the shit out of several people, and he looked at the screen, I could see fat Tokugawa, and he was like, slow and steady wins the race.
Oh my god.
I was like, Tanuki shall rise!
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I don't believe in tier systems for like samurai games or warrior games in general, you know, about like weapon movesets and all that. So I'm like, whatever, you're gonna find your favorite and you'll be able to enjoy it. But I'll tell you right now, I do not like the spear moveset. I think it is hot garbage. I really do.
I've only played it as Saito, the new character.
Mm-hmm.
He's okay. I think the real test of where you can tell if a weapon is enjoyable or not is when you play the unique NPCs who have them. You can also tell if they're overpowered if the main characters have them.
What, you tell me you don't love Judgment Cut on that last katana move?
Yeah, I love every fucking katana wielder essentially having Mitsuhide set. So, you're fighting Mitsuhide every 10 goddamn seconds in the game.
Yeah, but they're not pulling off those sweet Virgil Judgment Cuts going like, I'm motivated.
He's got that with he got that charge. I was so annoyed when I figured out how that charge works. Because I was like, oh, so what's his difference? Oh, he does 2 cuts, not 1.
Yeah, you're right, that is his difference. Because when you play as Nagamasa, he doesn't have that. He just has that straight cut.
Yeah,
and it's not as
with
effective.
Oda has it where they both, when they do the side swipe, it just cuts across the huge swath, and that's it.
Look at our castle!
We can't access anything. That's another reason
Aw.
that it angers
That
me.
being said, have fun with the assault on Mino. That was
This
literally
board is easy.
Well, yeah, it is. But don't you love it? It's just like...
This is one of the 3 boards you have to do as Mitsuhide, and this is the one that's interesting.
Why? Because you get to see the opposite perspective?
Yeah. That's the only reason it's interesting. Because you actually have to do a bunch of different things in it. Whereas in the next 2 boards are the boards you have to do as Mitsuhide and Oda. And it's the same both ways. It's just the dialogue is different.
Oh, fuck. I'm doing the wedding, aren't I? Because I think that's after...
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Just realized that. I was like, fuck. I have to do...
Make sure you... It took me... Thank God I had to do it 4 times. Because, you know, I had to play as Mitsuhide. You gotta remember where everybody is. I got a perfect on it.
Oh, okay.
Because I figured out where everybody is.
Yeah, I'm not a big... If I could say one thing about Samurai Warriors that I'm not the biggest fan of, are those missions where they're blocked out and you could run around the entire field, but if you don't hit them at a specific point, they're locked and there's no way to know what is going to be like, you know, a bonus mission.
It's pretty easy to figure it out in this, to the point where I could... In the wedding one, after I realized how it's set up, I was like, oh, this is dumb, but easy. Literally, you just have to run to it.
But I think something we should probably ask ourselves is, how do we feel about this right now as opposed to what Dynasty Warriors has been kind of doing recently?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you right now. I love and hate the Samurai Warrior series. I said this earlier, and I'm gonna say it now for the public. I love and hate Samurai Warrior series because essentially all the shitty ideas get put into Dynasty Warriors. The fans get to yell and scream and talk about why they hate them, and then Samurai Warriors comes out with the exact same ideas, but they refine them and fix them, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, round of applause." What is the system we have here? Well, we got the hyper set, but we also have what you're going to see is essentially the state system, as we're going to probably I'll show you after these cutscenes, but essentially it's the state system, but it's just better thought out in this game, and it's like, that's great. I understand it's your culture and you want to make sure the Japanese version of the story is great, but could you make it so that Dynasty Warriors, the flagship, doesn't suck?
Yeah, you know, it's always funny that they make the flagship franchise the one that's the most experimental, when most companies it's the complete opposite. It's usually like a spin-off, and then they test it with the spin-off, and then they make the mainline series, you know, like, okay, that was fun, let's see how we can incorporate it into the mainline series. Here it's like, yeah, you're right, it's like, we'll introduce something in Dynasty, if it doesn't work out in Dynasty, we'll fix it, refine it, tool it, and then put it into Samurai Warriors, and then bam!
Do you also love that they, like, I don't know if they're doing, like, they did this intentionally, or if they're just like, lol, they just, like, are now just randomly throwing in their childhood names. Like, you probably just saw right before this, he's like, Techio. I'm like, the name is Tokugawa, sir.
Yeah, and I find it interesting that some characters now have middle names that I don't think, I don't know if they ever had them.
I think they did, they just never addressed them as it.
I guess, because, you know, Mitsuhide's middle name is Akechi Jubei Mitsuhide, and I was like, hold on now. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, I'll be the first to admit that, but how come we've never heard your full technical name uttered before? It's always been just Mitsuhide Akechi or Akechi Mitsuhide.
Here you go, guys. Here's the refined state system. Now, if you don't mind, I'll put this as bind. You can fix it if you want, but I always do it this way because I find this to be just the easiest way to handle it until I get other ones unlocked.
Oh, no, I could probably work with that. I usually put the heavy-hitting skill in circle, but that's fine. This is something I can deal with.
Yeah, I put it that way because then my brain goes, okay, R1 circle, that will give me moveset back.
Gotcha.
Whereas...
that's a great way. I just hate I love this game. I really do enjoy it. And it was one of the games I was really looking forward to this year. But the one thing that annoys me is it feels like it takes fucking forever to get levels in this game.
It does. It does, and it doesn't.
I mean, it feels like it takes forever to get those EX scrolls to level up people. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, I know where you're coming from on that. It definitely does, but for me at the very least, oh my god, I forgot what I was doing.
Murder the Purple Man.
I do love that you can whatchamacallit, you can basically combo off of that.
Yeah, and the fact that you can hold that even longer and go even further.
Yeah, I do love later too, you get whatchamacallit, because they're called your ultimate skills, guys. Those are ultimate skills. You get an ability that shortens the cooldowns on them.
Have you gotten Oda's second one? His
I've
second
gotten
ultimate skill?
all... not all of them, but I've gotten 5 of them.
I got I don't think I have Oda's, because I don't remember... I might have Oda's, I don't remember what it looks like. But I know I have Mitsuhide's, because, you know, obviously, I've been doing Mitsuhide's story at the same time. And literally, whenever I do that, I think, like, man, these guys... Virgil and that moves... that fighting style has to be, like, one of the most...
It's so
top
like
10 or favorite styles in Japan swordsmanship, because he literally is doing judgment cuts and he's doing everything that Virgil does from DMC5, and I'm like, that is fucking awesome.
The very impatient lord. Oh.
Do you love that? I love that the cutscene differs between this, because this we're gonna see Oda's viewpoint of, you know, like him running towards Mitsuhide, but when we do it in Mitsuhide's, it's Mitsuhide running towards him. So when I first saw this, I was like, wait, why isn't it like the trailer? And then I realized, oh no, we're gonna get different kind of cutscenes, which I'm like, that's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, it is cool. I just wish it was a little bit more different, you know? Like, you kind of get it from his perspective, but I don't know. I feel like they could have added, like, a little bit more context to it, or, you know, something.
I will say this, I think chapter 1, up until, you know, his final mission doesn't really do a great job of, I guess, showing Mitsuhide, because, again, you're just playing, you know, second fiddle to Oda's story at that point. But I feel like that last board in his chapter 1 story finally starts setting him down, you know, I guess his path, because after that point he doesn't really deal with Oda, I think, until, well, I haven't gone past chapter 3, so I don't know when, you know, the whole merging thing happens when he starts conquering, you know, the Kyoto area.
You run into, when you run in, board 3. For chapter 3, board 1. That's the first time Oda runs into Mitsuhide again.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it with the Shogunate, or is it... No. It's not the Shogunate battle, right? Where he takes Yoshiaki under his control?
No. I can tell you what that board is, what, like, the first board is. Essentially, the board is Oda's just being a bully
To
the Azai.
Oh, okay.
Literally, the whole premise of it is the Azai don't want to side with him, and the Ashikura don't like him. So Oda comes up with the brilliant plan of, he's like, what if I just show up and kick your, I bloody your nose, kick your ass a bit, and you just start doing what I say, and that's essentially all that board is. But while you're there, you run into Mitsuhide and friends.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because then
Because
he
the
gets his little posse.
Yeah, because the Ashikura show up and they're like, what in the hell is going on here? And they're like, this is just between me and Nagamasa.
I don't mind Nagamasa. I like his redesign and everything, but I don't think his EX... Well, I don't know what his second EX is, but I know that first EX is not... I'm not a fan of.
Oh, it's stupid.
And it's kind of hard to hit people with it, because I don't know if you've noticed in this game, but sometimes when I start juggling them, they'll hit the ground in my mid-juggle, and I'll be like, wait, what?
Yeah, I found the only thing that really works for me when I do it is, what do you call it? Like, I have to hit that pulse a lot just to get things done.
You know what's funny? I actually don't have the pulse set up on most of my guys. I actually have, like, the self-defense attack, and I think the Musou regain back on, and maybe, like, an ultimate skill. I don't think the pulse is a bad thing. I just, for some reason, I was like, no, I kind of want more stat increases for right now, because, you know, my guys aren't, you know, fucking destroying everything.
Maybe it's because I played way too much Oda and what's his face?
Mitsuhide?
Mitsuhide. They're just like, I literally, because I have them all unlocked, I have four ultimate skills on Oda and 4 ultimate skills on Mitsuhide, and I'm just like, yeah, who's gonna stop me? I had to burn through Spirit quickly.
You know, I'm not very proud of myself, but I've done that a couple times. You know what's cool? I will give Koei Tecmo, the new guys, the new developers, you know, who were in charge of doing Samurai Warriors 5, the younger crew. They made the bow set actually interesting for me, because I actually enjoy playing as No with the bow now.
It's a great set. It's annoying to fight, but it's a great set.
I honestly think that's how they should have handled with one guy in 9, instead of just having me just a stationary, you know, moving turret. But that's just me. I don't like that kind of thing.
It's kind of annoying to just stand still and attack.
That being said, though, I understand he is probably the most broken character in 8 Extreme Legends, because that bow can... I saw you and Josh a long time ago show me what you did and how you could just tear through officers and soldiers like they were fucking tissue.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's how, if anybody's ever trying to platinum 8, I suggest you don't. But if you ever do decide to, there's a set out there on the internet, and you should look it up. And it is Hongai set, or Hongjong set, sorry. Hongjong set. Find it, because you're going to need it on ultimate difficulty, because it allows you to essentially break every enemy that you're ever going to run into.
Yeah, there is a trophy for that, isn't that? Beating the game on the ultimate difficulty.
Yep. And you have to beat every single board.
Don't you also have to get like an S rank? Well, no, you don't have to get the S rank on the hardest difficulty. You just have to get an S rank.
You have to get an S rank on every board.
Yeah. It's not like, I think, no, Warriors of Orochi 4 wasn't that the same way, right? You just had to do it on any difficulty on any board.
Yeah,
you didn't have to do it on hard.
You just had to get the S rank, but I think they said it was easier to do it on hard. And it's not whatchamacallit. Total War, Warhammer 2. Oh my god. I can't stop laughing at the fact that they, with the last DLC before the third game comes out, they just broke the game. Because they added a character whose whole point is he is essentially Lu Bu.
Oh, shit.
He has a rampage system. The more armies he fights, the more movement he gets. So in hard difficulty, they give you more armies to fight. So he literally just railroads because he just hits one army, then hits 4 armies, then hits a building, gets even more speed, and just keeps going and going and going and going. I also love, I don't know if this is something they added recently or if it's something they added in the past, but I love the moving, whatchamacallit? The moving control. I don't know if you ever look at the board, but wherever you are, you change the color of the battlefield. So you can see it on here. It's half blue. Because I'm on the battlefield and I'm there, it puts me in pseudo control of it. And I actually like that. I think that's pretty cool.
No, I never noticed that before.
Yeah.
I do love how in Mitsuhide's version of this, like, we're trying to un-foobar the Oda. Whereas this, it's like we are already foobar. We're trying to un-foobar the Mino. I'm sorry, the Saito. We're in Mino.
You know what I love, and I didn't realize it right away, and I thought that was a really good touch. Good job, Tecmo Koei. When you do the Battle of Sumada Castle, when you do it as Hideyoshi,
oh yeah,
I forgot that it's this board.
Yeah, it literally is just this board where it just gets expanded.
Yeah, and then when you finish it halfway through, it changes it to the Sumada board because the castle's built. So
I did find, I found that interesting, but it was hard for me because I had to really rely on Momochi to save me because he was like level 14 and my Hideyoshi was like level 7, so almost everything was like really damaging him.
Oh, I fixed him after that. I was like, nope. Because the other thing you need too is you need the skills.
Yeah, that's true. That's something I don't want to say I've been avoiding, but it's just like, it also takes a while to build up a lot of skill points because I realized it wasn't individual. Like, you know, this character has this individual. It's shared.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, that means if I want to dedicate on one guy, I have to literally sacrifice other characters and making them a little more viable.
And the hard part about that is if you have a board, like, I don't think there's a board for the main one where you don't play as Oda. But
yeah, I don't think there is. You can choose because I think there's some boards where you can choose not to play as him.
You can do the sideboard essentially that you definitely aren't playing as Oda, but that's not his main story.
Screw you, Dozen.
Dozen! Come get you some!
On the Doze Boater. That could have sounded either like the Doze Bozer. Even I can't. What the fuck am I saying? Bulldozer. There we go.
The Billdozer?
Yeah, the Bulldozer. Or, you know.
Oh god, I am not. It's not that I'm not used to this. I'm used to his like other things. I do love the things that you can do with this.
I think it's a really great system.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, they refined it.
Yeah.
I will say this. At first, I was, apprehensive about, the clone weapons or the shared movesets and not being that. But then after a while, I realized, you know what? Most of the weapons I've played as, they're actually fun movesets,
I will give them this. I think they did clone weapons right in this one. Because,
Way to go.
Thank you.
Oh, now I have to go to my wedding and try to get killed by my brother-in-law. Oh.
Like though they are like some of the sets have the same strings, they do have different animations, so I'll give them that.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And I agree with you. That's a good way to handle that.
Yeah.
I love how it's like we didn't win, but we didn't lose, but this is still considered like a loss, I believe, right? Because they're like,
Yeah.
we lost, damn it!
Because essentially they present it as though you won, but they're like, what you really won is the right to retreat.
Yeah. Oh my god. I was playing the Mitsuhide board where you get the Imago retainer. I forget his name, but you know who I'm talking about.
I was so angry with that board because I had the Hideyoshi issue. Because you get him and he's kind of a low level, and I had no skills. So he just comes in and he's like, hey guys, I'm gonna slashy, and then there's Mitsuhide running across the board, murdering everything in his path. And I was like, I want to play him so bad.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to just dump into the main lords and their story because there's never not a board in the main game, you know, where they're not going to be playable.
Other than the ones where it's like, here's a side story about said character. Oh, do any of these have mastery? I'm gonna tell you right now, the first one you find mastery on, you put that on their weapon.
You know what? We can. Do we get access? No, we don't get access to the blacksmith until
I think it's this board.
Is it? No, I think it's the dojo's.
We just got the dojo.
No, we just did we?
Yeah, because we just got. I think.
You can tell how professional we are.
Look, I am 10 hours into the game, and I have played this. I played the Citadel mode. It's all crazy. It isn't until Chapter 3 that your castle officially upgrades.
I just find it... maybe I should... How am I trying to work this? I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to say. Redo.
I'm gonna throw this out here too. I really like like they have the new favorite system, and I think they should implement that more into the game. That's an experimental thing that they added that I think was cool, and they should put that into more of the Dynasty Warriors. I like the aging system too.
Yeah, but I like that too. But I think they wouldn't ever. They'd never give it to like every character because
They wouldn't, but
in Dynasty Warriors 9, Dynasty Warriors 9. In Dynasty Warriors is almost like 100 characters.
I understand that. But you should have some lords that change weapons.
We just unlocked the dojo.
The next board is when we get the blacksmith.
There we go. So we'll just.
Dojo
no, we
lets
have.
us
Yeah.
this new officer training.
Even though it's literally okay. All right, acquire skills.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw this out here. I like the unique NPC system with this as well. I think some of them don't. I'll say it. I think some of them shouldn't have been unique NPCs. I think they should have been main characters, but I can forgive some of them. What is it? Dozen, I get why he's a unique NPC and not a main character, but Takamitsu Saito, I don't know why he's not.